All right, good afternoon, everyone. Melis Charla, the Managing Director of the French Chamber of Commerce in the Philippines. Warm welcome to all the network and the participants who are joining us today. Thank you so much, Dassault Systèmes, of course, for sponsoring this event today and being our first partner. We are happy to welcome Stéphane Lecomte today, Technical Sales Director, who will be giving us some insight on a very interesting subject that will answer about the question, what are the long-term impacts and benefits provided by the virtual twin to benefit the infrastructure, energy, and construction industries? So before hearing the presentation of Stéphane, I just would like to remind everyone some reminders. So we will be recording this webinar, and then I'll just ask you to send your questions to the chat box so that we can take care of them during the panel and the question of answer. So moving forward, let me introduce you to Stéphane very briefly. So Stéphane has been working in the product lifecycle management, PLM industry for 20 years. He joined Dassault Systèmes in 2002 and he occupied various positions from strategy to technical sales management with his background in CAD solutions and collaborative applications. Stéphane, since 2015, has been actually focusing on 3D Experience City, business development, and the enablement of Virtual Singapore. He's involved in the strategy definition and solution architecture around Virtual Singapore and a research and development program that actually aims to create an intelligent information platform that will enable to solve emerging and complex urbanization challenge. So Stéphane, how are you today? It's an impressive background. I'm really looking forward to hear about Virtual Team. I just want to ask you, virtual team, is that correct? That is a virtual representation that serves a real-time digital counterpart of a physical object or process?
Thanks, Meili, for the introduction. And yes, your definition is accurate. And I will go in more detail on what can be this the value of this digital replica of a physical asset. Okay, so let me share my screen and introduce you the different, I will say, the different element. Okay. So first, so just in order to look at the ecosystem from a bit more helicopter view, when we look at the development of the infrastructure, the construction of the energy, everything is made in the context of what we call the construction cities and territory. Okay, and if you look at the different domains that we need to tackle and we need to virtualize, you find some things that are contributing to the entire urban planning of the cities itself. Okay. So you have, of course, the domain of the food, the agriculture and forestry, meaning how cities are supplied, the territorial authorities, the way that we do the regulation, and very important on when we want to develop and define the sustainable development, the utilities, in order to ensure that we can provide the needs and the different basics such as water supply, energy, telco, whatever. The civil infrastructure in order to ensure that we can support the mobility of the citizen. And last but not least, the building facilities as well as the construction and product and services in order to ensure that we can define the working, the living, and the playing environment for the city. As soon as you have this kind of element in mind, what is very interesting for us is to see that we are all citizens, we are all, I would say, occupants, we are all commuters, and what we are demanding to the cities environment is to consume experiences. And if you look at the way the paradigm shift from utilities to services, you can find it in the different domains. If you look at the transport infrastructure, we are more looking at the mobility offer. When you look at the energy, we want to have an impact on the performance. If we want to look at the way we are collecting and treating the waste, we are more trying to reuse as much as possible in the circular economy. In terms of using construction, the goal now is to switch to a mixed use and to ensure that the offer is based on the usage. Water distribution, water preservation. So we are trying to have a positive outcome on the way we are consuming those new generation of services. So if you look at the way this, I would say we call it in the industry as part of Dassault Systèmes, if you look at the picture of what is this industry as of today, it's mostly a fragmenting environment whereby people are not really collaborating. Okay, so the first goal that we want to ensure is that we are connecting the people, the human, the people, the citizen, the government, the university, the general contractor, the developer in a unified environment so that they can collaborate. We want to switch from the file, the document, in order to ensure that we have access to what we call a building information model, a digital replica of, so we call it the digital mockup in your language, meaning it's a 3D representation of what we are dealing with. The reporting that is today done manually, most of the time, thanks to IoT platform, we are able to define some cockpit, and we are able to deal with live dashboarding. Okay, so what is very important as well is that previously we are dealing with 2D planning, and now we are more and more moving from 3D, 4D, including the time, 5D, including the cost, and 6D, including the sustainable development of what we are doing. Okay, and before we were working on the project per project basics, and now most of the time the industry is looking at the way to offer a project portfolio on what to do, and we are trying to switch from the one-off or I will say the fit-to-purpose kind of delivery into the most of the time the capture the knowledge in order to reuse what has been done and to define new way to deal with the infrastructure planning, construction planning, and also the energy dispatch. So in order to do that, at Dassault Systèmes, we introduce what we call the 3D Experience Twin, which is a vision to enable to switch from the paradigm in order to ensure that we can deliver a new generation of services to ensure that we are in a better environment that is safer, healthier, sustainable, resilient, where we are dealing with eco-responsibility in terms of mobility, and to ensure that the environment where we are living is a livable environment. And what I propose today is to zoom on a very important topic, that is the sustainability, and to deal with the energy efficiency, the carbon footprint, the new generation of material, the way we are managing the waste, and how we can impact a positive impact on the circular economy. Okay, so this twin, in fact, as you understood from the previous introduction, this digital replica of a physical asset is interacting with the real world. Okay, most of the time, all the assets are operating through, I will say, an IoT platform whereby you have a lot of data. The goal of this virtual twin environment is to reconciliate the copy, the digital copy, with the real physical asset, to have a positive feedback loop between the two in order to ease the decision process, in order to ensure that we can have a better generation of the assets that we are modeling. Okay, so of course you have different cycles that are linked to the way you are designing the infrastructure network, the way you are designing your building and facilities, your district, the way you are designing the energy utilities network. As soon as you ensure that you have means to capture the knowledge in this 3D environment, what we call the design, after the goal is to connect in order to ensure that you can build it, construct it. In terms of usage of new manufacturing processes, you need to simulate that what you design can be produced, that the layout that you put in place is the most efficient, and you need to improve. Okay, so as soon as you have those two words, the design to manufacturing, in the construction industry, we call it the DFMA. So you ensure that everything that we are doing in terms of practices can be achievable. And after, you need to start to plan your logistic and to optimize the way you will deliver the goods, the services, and how you will ensure that people can move in the cities. And you are leveraging all the censored environment in order to take your decision and to have some kind of pulse on what is put in the city. After, all the information that you are putting in your twin enable you to have a better digital environment in order to ease your decision-making process through a single version of the truth, in order to be in a better position to, I will say, operate the asset or use it, okay? And then you have some kind of system to help us to do a proactive and preventive maintenance, ensuring that you have access to the risk assessment and you can trigger some real-time information in order to have better insight in terms of the operation of the asset itself. And of course, after this virtual twin environment will help you to take the decision to support the decommissioning of the asset as well as the end of life. And as soon as you are able to ensure that you have access to lots of data, you can prepare the decommissioning of the end of life of the asset earlier in the design process. Okay, so this twin has a positive impact on the different aspects of what you want to do. As an example, so here we are showing you that in order to leverage this twin, of course, you have access to a 3D digital environment in order for you to understand the way it has been designed by one and one. Okay, so you have access to a geolocalized environment. You can zoom from the building level, the city level, the district level, and you have all the multiple domains that are interconnected. So you mix the 2D environment, the 3D environment, the project environment, and you have access to the different KPIs in order to help you to decide what are the best suppliers, the best contractor you need to work with in order to deploy and fabric what has been planned. Okay, you can see here, you can navigate with a high level of detail at the level of the equipment, and you can trigger some work instruction in order to ensure that you can after operate it. So you have the multiple level of detail, you have the multiple information. You can connect the virtual world with the real world. So here you have the real asset, the real pump, and you ensure that you can connect this I will say real asset to the virtual twin, and you can do some virtual training, virtual commissioning, and you can understand the way it has been done. Okay. After, the goal of this virtual environment is to support the next generation and to support the ideation in terms of a new generation of equipment. Okay, so here again, through the virtual twin, you have access to the different equipment. You can isolate some element, you can validate some other, I would say, element, and here you have access to different zoning on the way it has been done. Okay, and after that, you can have in this digital mockup, you can have a virtual navigation in order to do this kind of measurement, to do this kind of simulation, and in order to navigate here in the HVAC ecosystem, HVAC system at the level of the building. Okay, so everything here is done in such a way that this virtual twin is interacting with the different system. So here you have the different safety equipment, you have different pump network, you have the safety alert, and after you are able, through this digital twin, to leverage the way you want to operate it. Okay, so take away, the twin enable you to understand the way it has been designed. It enable you to understand the way you will manufacture it and the way it has been built, in order to ensure that you can optimize the way you will operate it, in order to monitor the activities, in order to have at the end of the day a positive impact on the way you will operate it. So here you see the virtual twin of the pump system, the physical pump, and you can simulate in the virtual environment the real behavior of this equipment, including all the maintenance, the operation, and the simulation in order to validate some KPIs. So here you are simulating the behavior of this water network system thanks to the pump. And here you can see that you can trigger connecting to the IoT platform. So you can detect some pattern in order to optimize the maintenance and operation of this asset. Okay, so when you have this twin approach, and when you are leveraging the building information model, this 3D experience twin enable you to do the lifecycle management of this BIM in order to ensure that you have a digital continuity from conception up to operation and recycling, or commissioning, decommissioning. At Dassault Systèmes, we are considering that in order to be efficient on this virtual twin definition supporting the lifecycle management, we need to have I will say, 4 domains. Those 4 domains are supporting the sustainable development of the cities, the district, the equipment, or the asset. And there is a huge impact that we'll not detail today, but there is a huge prerequisite on the regulatory compliancy, most often defined at the government level. Okay, so they are defining guidelines, rules, in order for us to digitalize the process and the rules in order to validate an infrastructure, a construction, or utilities network. And it's very interesting because as soon as you capture those rules, you can do a generative approach in order to support the twin of the infrastructure, the twin of the construction, and the twin of the utilities. Leveraging collaboration between the different engineering procurement company, as well as the owner, the general contractor, the global contractor, and the detail contractor. Okay, so as soon as you have those 4 elements, what is very interesting is that at the, I will say if we look at the infrastructure, this twin is enabling 4 values, at least 4 values. Of course, you have a detailed access to the way the infrastructure has been designed. So here you have on the top left corner, you have the infrastructure design of a bridge, okay? And you can ensure that what you have designed can be produced and can be assembled, can be built. So you have the different element of this bridge that you can simulate, and you can simulate the way you can connect the different elements. And not only the design simulation, but here you have the assembly simulation through the work instruction, as well of the different element of simulation. When you want to implement the element, you can run some wind simulation and some stress simulation to validate your hypothesis. Of course, as soon as you have this virtual environment whereby you have all your input KPIs that you want to monitor, design efficiency, the optimization, the work instruction, whatever. After, you can simulate different options in terms of design in order for us to make the best decision based on the context that you can capture and based on the past I will say infrastructure project you performed. Okay, so there is a direct link between what you do in the design, so the connection between the concept and the detail, as well as the different configurations that you need to simulate in order to validate your option. Okay, so the link between the design, the simulation, and the manufacturing. And of course, this enables you to accelerate the time needed to define your infrastructure project in a collaborative manner, ensuring that everything has been done through KPIs and that everything is done in order to simulate the use of new materials, as an example, or in order to ensure that what you are doing has less impact on the environment, so that you can be more sustainable and more respectful towards the environment. So at the infrastructure level, the twin is an environment whereby you connect all the domains, all the, I will say, the disciplines, enable you to take the decision to ensure that you can define this infrastructure network made of bridges, tunnel, and roads. When you look at the construction level, so here, again, you remember that what we said for the twin. So you have an impact on the design and simulation. So you need to have the context, you know, the design, you ensure that you can build it. After we are there to sell what has been planned. So we need to do the marketing and up to the operation. Okay. So this virtual twin enables you to give some kind of high level simulation based on the different mixed use, I will say, mixed use strategies that you can have. And the virtual twin will propose you some different strategy to develop a land lot in order to ensure that you can be compliant to the land use of what you are developing for the construction, as well to ensure that you can ensure to support the need for the population to reach this new district. And based on the different elements that you can do from your concept, what you're proposing is a total digital continuity through this virtual twin from the context, the conceptual design, the detailed design, up to the building, the very, very design of the different elements, up to the equipment level, including the definition of new materials. Okay. As soon as you are quite, you reach your level of KPIs that you want for your design, and you validate all your hypotheses through simulation, you can model the construction. And you can ensure that what you plan in terms of different work instruction, work order, the interaction between the different suppliers, the way you need to have the material on site. You can also decide to make some simulation whether you need to assemble on site or do you have a precasting, prefabricated strategy, and everything is simulated in this virtual environment so that you can be more efficient on the way you are planning. And you have a direct impact on your capacity to be right the first time. Okay, so to stop to ensure that your projects are delivered on time, and ensuring that you can optimize the use, you can decrease the number of waste in terms of usage of material, things like that. The beauty of this story as well for the virtual twin is that as soon as you have access to this 3D digital environment, you can reuse what you did in terms of design, simulation, and construction in order to support your marketing effort to communicate in order to sell your asset. And that can be at the story level, the room level, building level, as well as the district level. Okay, so here is, I will say, it's quite straightforward because the step 1 to 4 we did it for many times in the other industries such as automotive industry, aerospace industry. So from problem statement up to the marketing. What is very interesting at the construction level is that as soon as you have this digital virtual twin, you can connect it with the different IoT platform, and you can have access, you can provide access to a cockpit that enable you to simulate the behavior of your building, your facilities when in operation. Okay, so we are not a command and control center. It's not real time. It's near real time. After it's a parameter. But what is very interesting is that you can connect with the different IoT platform in order to simulate what will be the most efficient operation at the construction level. Last but not least, as soon as you become more and more mature, and because you are capturing the rules, you can have access ultimately to this kind of environment, whereby on the left part you have your rules engine. When you see that here you are simulating the mixed use in terms of the cultural impact, the residential impact, and the commercial impact. And after you have a direct impact on those KPIs, those rules on your design at the building level, at the district level. In this example, we are zooming in so it has been done with some, I think in a matter of weeks, of days, during a 2 days hackathon in order to refurbish some area of Milano. So here you have the Aziz Milano with some transportation network, some isochrone. And here you have the 2B as computed by the system in order to propose different means of development from different districts. So you can see that here, if I'm going back, here you have the existing Aziz, I will say, district with the different transportation network, the different isochrone in order to ensure that we can connect. And here, based on the land lot that you want to develop, you have access to your proposed new development in the context of the existing cities. And after, you can simulate the entire city, the entire district, the entire, I would say, environment, connecting the buildings, the facilities, the infrastructure, the utilities. Okay. The utilities, I think it's the same concept, but can be more, I would say, tricky because you have access to different, I will say, element of and different granularity of information, different quality of the information. So here, if you look at the different elements on the screen, this one is very interesting because when we partner with some energy provider, we can define a cockpit to monitor the efficiency. We can predict what will be the impact in terms of energy consumption at the district level based on some different strategy. Okay, if I do remember well, I think the 40% of the energy is consumed by the buildings at the city level. Okay, so as soon as we can optimize that, we are ensuring that based on the different density at the district level. So here, what is very interesting is you are monitoring the energy at the district level, and here you have the same kind of cockpit, but here you are more at the building and at the layer level, at the floor level. So when you are combining the two, you have a kind of multi-scale environment whereby you can zoom at the different level of detail. So here at the energy, you have the occupancy, things like that, and you can connect with some different IoT provider in order for us to ensure that we can optimize the way we are operating the buildings. Okay, so in terms of light, energy consumption, water preservation, whatever. This example here is very interesting. It's how to ensure that we can, because when we are, it was the top layer is on the energy, but what is interesting at the city level as well is that you can have an impact through the virtual twin on the way you are managing the water. So as soon as you can simulate some rainfalls, but you can reuse, in fact, the knowledge that you capture based on the rainfall in order to define your water, your drain and your different water network. Okay, so the utilities for energy, the water and the sewage, and you can also use some dashboarding capabilities. Here it's something we did with Parkeon, so we are a bit far from the utilities, but it's how to optimize the parking lot. And you have a dynamic pricing strategy based on different criteria. Okay, so here you have different aspects of the virtual twin, and those impacts are very interesting because as soon as you capture the behavior of your asset, but after you can predict and you can ensure that you capture your goals, your KPIs, and you can monitor the way you plan the city. What we can see as well by leveraging the virtual twin is when you have a green strategy at the asset level, at the building level, at the district level, it's very interesting to see that a building can be green when in operation, but if you look at the entire lifespan of your building, of your asset, of your network, but if you take into consideration what you did during the pre-phase in terms of excavation, the impact on the environment, maybe you are not so green at the end of the journey. Okay, so some example on the benefit of the twin in the operation. And last but not least, I hope I was clear, but when you are doing this twin, you have three main phases. You have the what we call for anything, the asset, the construction, the infrastructure, or the utilities. You have a virtual twin supporting the design, a virtual twin supporting the construction, the virtual twin supporting the operation. Okay, and you have an example of the lifespan and the impact on the cost. And what is very interesting as well, when you generate this virtual twin approach, you can see that you have impact on some sustainable KPIs, such as the quality of the design with some collaborative engineering practice. You can increase your win rate because you know exactly, you are more accurate in the way you are defining your cost and you are defining the building, and you can increase your customer satisfaction because you are sharing with your customer a 3D representation of what you have in mind. Okay, so you are using 3D as a common language. When you zoom on the construction, that is representing 20% of the saving on the lifespan of a project, you can ensure that you have a positive impact on the execution of the project on time and on budget. You can input new innovative way to deal with the product portfolio and ensure that what has been designed is effectively built. Because you have this virtual twin, you can identify the risk early, and you can capitalize, standardize in order to ensure that the error you have to detect during this construction plan, but you will not redo it. So it's a kind of a knowledge-enabled environment whereby you can have return on experience in order to be better the next time. Okay, it's always an infinite loop and a trade-off between the design and the construction. When in operation, when we connect and we partner with some very famous actor on the market for the energy, the utilities, the IoT provider, we have algorithm in order to optimize and to be more accurate in the way we are dealing with predictive and reactive operation for the maintenance. We have positive impact on the total cost for the operation, and we are ensuring that through this virtual twin, we have a continuous improvement loop with because we are able to feed from the real world, the virtual environment, in order to give new input at the design level. Okay, so this is the end of my presentation. If you have any question, I'm ready to answer to your question.
Hey, Stefan, it was super interesting. Thank you so much for the presentation. I was really amazed by the pump and how you can see it, virtually and in reality. It's really impressive. How do you create the twin, though, when you don't have digital data?
Very interesting question, because as you can see in the presentation, we created the twin because we were early in the design. Okay, so we're able to capture 3D data. So we have many ways to build this virtual twin, and we have a kind of ramp up. And the twin is not necessarily 2D. The twin can be the document, can be the referential of the operation, the referential of the documentation, and after, we have many strategies. If you have PDF data, if you have 2D layout, then we can try to build a 3D representation. We are as well able to do some scanning. Okay, so you will tell me that the scanning of a construction of a bridge, it's easier than to do the scan of something that is on the ground, but we have many ways to acquire the data, and the goal is to have a proper strategy and the proper trade-off between what can be acquired in terms of data, whatever the granularity or the quality of the data, in order to build the referential. And we say always, we need to start small, and after we grow after by putting more and more data in order to enhance the twin approach. Okay, so if you don't have digital data in terms of 3D, we can leverage 2D. We can leverage scanning information, and after we have some different strategy for us to build this twin.
And yeah, thank you so much. Because I'm also wondering, are you working with partners to develop the twin?
Of course, that's a system. We are providing the platform, we are providing the capabilities to have access to the twin and to ensure that we can optimize the design. But as an example, if you want to do some, I will say, noise simulation, we are partnering with some actors that are able to do some simulations for flood simulation, different simulation. We have partner ecosystem at different level. We are also the platform is open, so if you have your 3D data in different formats and the one for the system, we can digest it. We are partnering with some IoT provider as well. We have different partners in the consulting and system integrator world, the telco operator as well. So yes, we are not doing it alone. We are providing the platform, the access to the information system and the application in order after to optimize this virtual twin. But yes, we have an extensive network of partners. We are not doing it alone. And
the pandemic and digital transformation, I mean, that's the two big words right now, right? We all facing that. We hear that a lot. I was wondering, how has COVID-19, how's the pandemic for data system, and any new projects in virtual twin? Did it increase the inquiries, or how was that on your side?
So on our side, the COVID-19 has multiple impact, of course, on the business of Dassault System itself, but hopefully we are strong enough in order to do our business. But if you look at the positive impact of the usage of the virtual twin, we have many examples. I have 3 examples in my head. The first thing is that by leveraging the virtual twin of an hospital, we managed to do kind of flow simulation to ensure that we can have a natural separation between, at the hospital level, between the maternity and the room where COVID patients were welcomed. Okay, because we have to simulate leveraging the twin, the airflow at the hospital level, in order to secure different environment of the hospital. And we were so successful at the hospital level that we did the replication of this environment to ease and to support, again, the decision-making process for at the Philharmonie in France, in order to simulate the airflow in a closed environment and to show that it's quite secure, that you can be and you can go at the theater. And this model has been validated by some doctors, some hospitals, some researchers, and to prove that the twin was supporting the simulation to ensure that we are in a safe environment. Okay, what we did as well, and I think if I do remember well, I think it was in Thailand and in Malaysia with some customer of us that were shifting their production line from cars or scooters. And they were reusing their assembly line and production line to produce thermometer and ventilators. Okay, so the twin can have multiple benefits as part in order to support this COVID pandemic. Okay, and of course we did some virtual clinic trial with some other technology to help to validate the vaccines.
Thank you, Stéphane. It's very interesting to see how you could, shift it and take it at your advantage. In fact, how Dassault managed to adjust it with the situation. We are a bit running out of time. I know you're busy and you have next sessions. Anything else you'd like to add before we close this session?
Yes, feel free if you have any question to contact us, and we can organize other meetings, workshop, discussion. We are very available, and we are people in charge of different countries, and they are located in Philippines. You have Christina in Philippines, you have Thomas for Vietnam, Thailand, Malaysia, you have Adi in Indonesia. So we are an extending group of people to support any request you may have related to this virtual twin approach.
Thank you so much, Stéphane. Actually, everyone will receive this recording. So please, for the attendees, don't forget to go to the B2B networking session just after this roundtable. Thank you for coming. And thank you so much, Stéphane. We learned a lot and it was really impressive. Congrats.
Thank you.
Take care. Have a great one. Bye.